come for my people, you come through me.
It's time to put away the bluster, stop the macho man routine, and figure out how we can actually work together.
You know that Trump had pulled 45% of the voter in the state of Illinois, 37 in the city of Chicago. That's the statistic. That means that Illinois is turning purple. We're going to turn red.
And it looks like a really nasty form of government that would isolate people. It's that type of mindset that not only enslaved people, but it sent people to gas chambers. So we're going to defend people. We're going to make sure that we're protecting families in this city. So he can help with that or get out the way.
And you can smirk all you want.
Mr. Sims, direct your attention towards me, please.
You're a criminal. Why do I got to address you? The feds need to address you. DOJ need to address you, and hopefully Donald Trump will address you.
That's just some of the comments over the past week or so of individuals going back and forth following the election of President Donald Trump. On January 20th is inauguration. We're already hearing a lot of Trump's cabinet picks. We'll delve a lot into that Monday morning, because I'm expecting a flood of more cabinet announcements coming up in the near future here, heading into the weekend. So we'll connect with Casey Harper from the Center Square Monday. But what's the Trump effect been like so far in Illinois? Let's talk about it here with Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and wake up with us each and every weekday morning for Illinois in Focus Daily. Get the podcast where you get podcasts and the headlines at thecentersquare.com. So a week ago, Governor J.B. Pritzker held an open-ended news conference, but he started off with some statements that people are characterizing as macho man statements.
To anyone who intends to come take away the freedom and opportunity and dignity of Illinoisans, I would remind you that a happy warrior is still a warrior. You come for my people, you come through me.
So obviously, that's a reference to a whole host of things, from abortion issues to undocumented migrant issues. The Trump administration saying that he wants to end sanctuary cities. The Trump administration saying he wants to end the Federal Department of Education. A whole host of other things. But that idea of, you come for my people, you come through me. As Pritzker says, even the pick for, the border control, Tom Homan said, bring it on, game on. So interesting to hear that. But Republican State Representative Ryan Spain, he had this to say about Pritzker's comments.
Remember, this is the same governor that came to the House floor, pointed at Republicans and called them all carnival barkers and doom grifters. And now here he is offering some sort of gubernatorial macho man moment, saying that Donald Trump needs to come through him in order to deliver help to the people of the state of Illinois. Governor, let me be clear, that's the wrong message. That's not the lesson that we should be taking from the results of the election last week. We need to be thinking about how we can work together and improve the state of Illinois and build on economic growth that should be coming forward for our nation.
So obviously Republicans have a different message. They say that the state of Illinois needs to conform with what the Trump agenda is to grow the economy. Wednesday on the House floor, Republican State Representative Adam Niemerg made a point of personal privilege.
I rise to publicly congratulate Donald Trump on his election as the 47th President of the United States. President Trump has endured efforts to keep him off the ballot, including here in Illinois. He has had to waste hours of his life away from the campaign trail to appear in court in sham, politically motivated court cases brought against him. He even had 2 attempts on his life. President Trump not only won this election, but he won big. Trump's victory shows the American people want real change. They're tired of career politicians abusing their power for their own goals and agendas. They want government to work for the average working class people. We can and we should learn a lot from this election. Here in Illinois, we are spending billions on illegal immigrants and ignoring the needs of people who can barely afford rent or groceries. Donald Trump became the first Republican in decades to only lose Illinois by single digits, and he did it without spending any money in the general election. In fact, Donald Trump received more votes than J.B. Pritzker in the last election. People in our state have the same concerns as our fellow Americans in other states. Kamala Harris and the Democrats lost nationally by ignoring these folks. It's time we put Illinois residents first. Congratulations, President Trump, on a well-deserved victory. Let's make America great again. Thank you.
So, Representative Niemerg making that speech on Wednesday, but then yesterday up in Chicago, public comments before a special city council meeting where you had a whole host of people sharing their thoughts post-election. Here is one individual standing up to let it be known his thoughts. I believe his name's Mr. White. We'll hear that now from the city of Chicago yesterday.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
I
afternoon.
want to know, how does it feel that Trump is in office right now? You see Mayor Brandon Johnson, you underestimate us. You underestimate the black people, and you underestimate Chicago Red. We're the thorn in y'all side, and we're going to be the thorn on everybody else in this council member side too. If you don't stop what you're doing, we're going to take matters in our own hand, and we're going to stop it. You know that Trump had pulled 45% of the voter in the state of Illinois, 37 in the city of Chicago? That's the statistic. That means that Illinois is turning purple. We're going to turn red. And for some of these cities,
So, obviously, an interesting message, similar message from a familiar face up in Chicago. Jessica Jackson has been addressing the city of Chicago as a public comment period for months on end, it seems. Here's some of what she had to say yesterday.
Keep thinking you ain't gonna abide by what the President of the United States said. Everybody know better than that. So you and the rest of them that know what time it is, y'all come on. You leave that loser where he is. He's a loser. He's a loser. No, me and Zoe, we ain't doing nothing for nobody except for ourselves. We got you, loser.
Again, pointing to Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago. This is some of the public comments from yesterday. Taiwan Sims got up there and started talking about some of the aldermen and other officials with the city of Chicago, pointing at them during some of his public comments.
Y'all can bird dog me all y'all want, but if it's relationship over duty, then y'all don't serve the blue, and y'all don't pledge the oath. Y'all pledge to serve us, not Cotton Zara, not a personal interest, but y'all do. And you can smirk all you want.
Mr. Sims, direct your attention towards me, please.
You're a criminal. Why do I got to address you? The feds need to address you. DOJ need to address you, and hopefully Donald Trump will address you. Because you're going to protect the undocumented. Why you going to allow for the citizens in Chicago to suffer under your, 33%? See, Joe Lopez cooked that 3% up a long time ago. Y'all called it a circuit breaker. Y'all been talked about it. Remember, before you came in here and gave that jovial speech, you need to be inspected.
So clearly some frustrations from members of the public in Chicago after the Chicago City Council meeting where unanimously the Chicago City Council voted down Brandon Johnson's $300 million property tax increase. Brandon Johnson took to the microphone and was reacting to some of the rhetoric that he heard from citizens, but also saying that Donald Trump is scary, a frightening figure, a threatening figure.
As a black man, why would I cooperate with agents that are looking to terrorize people? And so here's what I'm recommending to the president. Here's what I'll recommend to him. That the city of Chicago is the greatest city in the world. He has an opportunity to actually figure out how to unite this country. There are working people in this city that are afraid, scared. How could someone be that comfortable knowing that he is causing that type of fear and terror? That can't come from government leadership. That looks a lot like some of the things that I would teach when I was a social studies teacher. And it looks like a really nasty form of government that would isolate people. It's that type of mindset that not only enslaved people, but it sent people to gas chambers. So we're going to defend people. We're going to make sure that we're protecting families in this city. So he can help with that or get out the way.
So the rhetoric from Johnson not seeming to calm down, trying to compare an incoming Trump administration to former forms of government that would send people to gas chambers. We're going to see some of the heat come down, some of the rhetoric come down. We'll be watching it here each and every weekday morning with Illinois in Focus. As part of America's Talking Network, get the podcast where you get podcasts. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell with America's Talking Network here on YouTube, and get the newsletter at thecentersquare.com.